Today we're sharing folk tales with children in celebration of Children's Day.
Once upon a time, in Ololoshokon village, near the edge of the Serengeti plains in Tanzania, there were two lions named Hera and Shiro. Hera was strong, proud, and well-respected. Shiro, on the other hand, was very different. He loved to copy Hera, especially his roar, even though it always sounded weak and funny. Something like, "Wow."
There was once a man named Abulo who owned two horses. One was strong and reliable, although he was not particularly handsome. The second horse, however, was a beauty, but there was a problem. This horse was lazy.
What I learned was that should be hardworking. I learned that anything that brothers or sisters is doing, that you should not copy them, that you should do your own way.
So who will be Hera, who will be Shira? Why? Because you are older than him? Or is it because you are bold? Okay, let's hear you roar. Dominion is already practicing, he's already clearing his throat.
So challenge accepted.
Dominion, roar for us.
Folk tales are the bedrock of entertainment and education across Africa. Today we're sharing folk tales with children in celebration of Children's Day. So Mr. G, take it away. Tell us a folk tale.
All right, so I have the story all the way from Tanzania, and I'll start like this. Once upon a time, in Ololoshokon village, near the edge of the Serengeti plains in Tanzania, there were two lions named Hera and Shiro. Hera was strong, proud, and well-respected. He had a full golden mane, a deep, powerful roar, and he led the animals wisely. Everyone in the land trusted him. Shiro, on the other hand, was very different. He was smaller. He had a messy, thin mane. His voice was not strong at all. But Shiro loved attention. He loved to copy Hera, especially his roar, even though it always sounded weak and funny. Something like, "Wow." Other animals often laughed at him, but he didn't mind. One day, news spread throughout Ololoshokon that a group of hyenas were causing trouble near the river. Hera immediately gathered his strength with other animals to stop them. Shira quickly followed, hoping to prove himself. Because always everybody laughed at him anyway. When they reached the river, Hera gave a loud, powerful roar. Roar! It shook the land and it echoed across every part of the land. The hyenas stopped and stepped back in fear. Shiro also tried to act important. He lifted his chest and let out a small, quirky roar. Instead of looking scary, it only made nearby birds fly away in surprise. The hyenas saw this and started laughing. The leader, Hank, walked forward and said jokingly,
"So this is your mighty helper."
Shira got embarrassed and still tried to act brave. "I am just as strong as Hera," he said loudly. The hyenas laughed even harder. It was quite embarrassing. To prove himself, Shira suddenly ran towards the termite mound to look powerful, but tripped and fell on his face flat into the dirt. Now everyone was laughing. The hyenas, the animals, the gazelles, everybody laughed. Even his brother, Hera, couldn't help but smile. When the hyenas finally left, still laughing, Shira the brave one, I'm sure they said, Hera turned to Shira and said calmly, "You are not as strong like me, but you can bring laughter and joy into this kingdom. This is also important. Shera smiled, finally understanding something important. He didn't have to be like Hera to matter. But from that day, Shera became the kingdom's joyful lion, always making others laugh, while Hera remained the strong protector of Ololoshokwan. And together in Ololoshokwan village, they ruled the land, one with strength and the other with laughter.
Wow.
Whew, that was really
Thank
energetic.
you, Mr. G. Yes, it was so exciting. I loved listening to you dramatize, and I was imagining the two lions, the one who sounded like a cat and then the very big one with
The
the big
brave one.
roar. Yes. So kids, did you enjoy that story?
Yes.
What was the part that really excited you the most?
When what's his name again?
Hera?
Yes, when he rolled out his...
It's funny laugh,
Yes.
roar when he
Yes.
went.
Yes.
Yeah, he was. It's his nature.
And what I learned is you are unique in your own way.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's what I learned in this story.
Okay,
Wow, that's
very
amazing.
Good. How
What
about
about you?
you?
I learned that anything that brothers or sisters is doing, that you should not copy them, that you should do your own way.
That's deep.
Yes, and I like that he used his own words to explain that, so they're saying the same thing about individuality and uniqueness, but everybody understands it in his own words. So that's
Basically.
great.
So what's the funniest part of the story for you? Because I noticed you were laughing at some point while I was busy telling the story. Were you laughing at me or laughing at the story?
When Hera was rolling,
Where?
that's laughter.
When what? When
When you were laughing.
I was laughing, the hyenas, when they went,
Yes.
but that's how hyenas laugh. You know
yeah,
they laugh.
they actually laugh
Yes.
like...
Do you know hyenas
human
laugh?
beings.
Yes.
That's how they were laughing. Because when Shera rushed to the river, he was trying to scare them because his brother came with other animals and he let out a big roar. Roar! What are you hyenas doing at the riverbank causing trouble? He too went there, wanted to do the same thing. Remember the story where he pushed his chest out and went,
So, Mr. G, I was laughing at your laughter, so your laughter was making me laugh.
So that now made the hyenas laugh because he was trying to prove tough. He saw his brother tough, big, strong, and was respected by everybody in the kingdom. But he wanted to also enjoy that kind of respect and attention. And that was why he did what he did. But instead of scaring the hyenas, he made them laugh because he was not as strong and bold, and his roar was not as deep as his brothers. And that's why the story makes a whole lot of sense. And I was particularly excited when you said, don't copy your brother. Don't try to be like other people. Be yourself. And his brother, the strong one, Hera, later told him, why don't I be the strong one? And you make everybody laugh. By doing that, there's going to be what they call balance. I protect, you make them laugh. When everybody's safe and sound, you do something funny and everybody will laugh. So that's why it's important to be you, be yourself, discover what you have inside of you. For Shera, his gift was the gift of making people laugh. That's why anytime he goes to roar, instead of going roar, we hear, and it's unique. And laughter is another way of healing and making yourself happy. When you are sad and you play and laugh, don't you feel happy?
Yes.
So you see, everybody has every and any single thing to add to society and community. You have your unique talent, you have your unique skill, you have your unique talent, and you have your unique skill. So, amongst the both of you, who will be Hera and who will be Shera? Pick a struggle. So who will be Hera, who will be Shera?
I'll be Hera.
Why?
You'll be Hera.
Because you are older than him? Or is it because you are bold? Okay, let's hear you roar.
I don't know how to roll.
Try.
Give us your best roar.
Try and roar.
Okay.
Dominion
Is already practicing. He's already clearing his throat. He's trying to beat you in this
Yes,
game.
so challenge accepted.
Okay. Dominion, roar for us. So the challenge goes, the winner of this roar challenge goes to
Dominion.
So he's our Hera and you are...
Shira.
But I want to hear your own funny roar. Maybe yours is funny.
Yes.
Okay, let me try. Roar.
True.
Now you are
Dominion is
Shera.
our-
So basically, in all of this, what's that important lesson we've learned from this story?
Be yourself.
I like that. What else?
Be unique.
What about you, our great rowing master?
Don't copy what your brothers and your sisters is doing. Do your own way.
Do your own way.
Do your
It's
own
important
way.
for you to do your own
Yes, very
thing.
good.
So anytime you're in school, do your thing, so long you're doing the right thing, right?
Yes.
That is amazing. So for now, I'll be Shiro and Hera, because I can roar very loud and I can roar very funny. Roar and meow. And that's the moral of the story, being yourself.
Thank you, Mr. G, for that exciting story. I learned so much. I know it's for children, but there are so many lessons that still resonated with me even as an adult. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So let's take it away to our next story. This story is about two horses. So there was once a man named Abulo who owned two horses. One was strong and reliable, although he was not particularly handsome. His coat was dull, and his mane never seemed to shine like the others. But he was still hardworking, carrying heavy loads, pulling carts, and taking Abulo and his family wherever they needed to go. And he did not complain. The second horse, however, was a beauty. His coat was white like fresh milk, his mane flowed like silk, and his hooves barely made a sound when he walked. But there was a problem. This horse was lazy. Whenever it was time to walk, he would sigh and pretend to be sick, limping dramatically or lowering his head in exhaustion. Yet when food was served, he would suddenly regain his energy, prancing proudly around the yard. Abulo tolerated the lazy horse for a long time, hoping he would change, but no matter how many chances he gave him, the horse always found an excuse. So one day, Abulo and his family had to travel to a distant village. The road was long and rough, and he needed both horses to help with the journey. The hard-working horse, as always, was ready. He stood tall, eager to serve. The lazy horse, on the other hand, groaned and whinnied. "My legs feel weak today," he said, stretching unnecessarily. "Maybe I should stay behind and guard the house." Abulo shook his head. "No, you must come. We need both of you." Reluctantly, the lazy horse followed. They traveled for hours, crossing rivers, climbing hills, and passing through thick forests. The hard-working horse carried most of the load, while the lazy one dragged his feet, complaining the entire way. Finally, they arrived at a village. As they approached the marketplace, the villagers gathered around. Their chief stepped forward and greeted Abulo. "Welcome, traveler. We're in great need of a horse for our annual feast. Our traditions require a fine horse to be sacrificed, but we have not been able to find one. We're willing to pay a great price for one of yours." Abulo looked at his two horses. The hard-working one, although he was tired, he stood by loyally. The lazy one, however, suddenly straightened up. His ears perked up and his coat gleamed in the sun. "Surely they will not pick me," the lazy horse thought. "I'm too beautiful to be sacrificed." But Abulo sighed and turned to the chief. "I'll sell you a horse," he said. The lazy horse's heart started to pound. He had always thought his beauty would save him. But what good was beauty without usefulness? He whinnied and stomped his hooves. "Please, master, I promise I'll change. Let me prove myself. Give me one more chance." But it was too late. The villagers paid a handsome price and the lazy horse was led away. He neighed in despair, but there was nothing he could do. As Abulo and his family rode away with their hard-working horse, he patted the animal's back and said, "It is not beauty that keeps one safe, but usefulness. You may not shine like the other horse, but you have served me well, and that is what truly matters." And so, the hard-working horse remained with his master, valued and cherished for the rest of his days.
Wow.
The end.
That's amazing. Lovely story, I must say. So what lessons did you learn from the story?
What I learned was that should be hardworking. useful to your community,
Okay.
society.
All right. What about you?
I learned that it's not good to be lazy.
Okay.
That it did not matter about your beauty. That you should you should be hardworking.
Yes.
Hardworking. So what's your favorite part of the story and what part made you laugh?
They said that they don't sell me that I will change my character.
That part made you laugh. When the other horse was saying, "No, don't sell me. I'm too beautiful.
To be
They don't
sacrificed."
sacrifice beautiful people. Take the other guy who's hardworking." That part was really funny and interesting. But instead, because that horse was lazy and didn't bring any value, was so self-absorbed with itself, the master looked at it and said, you fit the right candidate because you have no value you're bringing to me. So off for sacrifice. And that's how they sacrificed that horse. What about you?
When food is served, so the lazy one.
So he was not lazy when he
He was
came
not
to
lazy,
food. Can you imagine?
but when it was time for food. So the other horse wasn't ready to work, but it just wanted to enjoy the pleasures of life. Give me food, let me eat till my belly full, and let me enjoy myself. But if it's time for me to work, don't give me work. I'd rather just be pretty all day, but feed me. And he thought the master didn't notice all of these things. The master knew all of these things, just keeping quiet, waiting for the right opportunity until when they went to that village for the festival and they requested for a horse. And who would they give? The one that will not walk and eat. And you know, funny thing, some people do that, especially some younger ones. Some children do that. Clean the shelf. No, I'm tired. Take out the dishes, mommy, no. But when they said the delicious spaghetti and cheese and eba is available, like, I'll manage to eat. And so that's not a good attitude to give. You must walk. Those who walk must also enjoy themselves to eat. It's only those who work hard eat best. So the moral of the story is you have to be useful at every time. Apply yourself every opportunity you get. What that simply means is anytime you find yourself doing anything, do it to the best of your ability. Don't wait for, I'm tired. They tell you to do your homework. You'll be like, I already know it. But do it now. No, I don't. I'll do it later. But when they say there's chicken, who will help me pluck the chicken and defeather the chicken? And whoever helps me defeather the chicken will get the thigh. That's when you want to, mommy, I help. Daddy, I can help. That's not a good way to go.
Yeah.
It's always good to apply yourself. That's how you become great in your community, like you said.
Like in Nigeria, they say there's no food for a lazy man.
Thank you very much. No food for a lazy man. That sums it up. No food for lazy man. You don't expect to sit back, not do anything, and they'll carry food and go and tell you, oh, great master, since you've not done anything, here is food, eat. And you say, oh, great servant. And you're referring to your mommy and your daddy. Oh, great servant. Feed me all you can. That's not the way to go. It's best for you to work, like you rightfully said. No food for a lazy boy or lazy girl.
Thank you, Mr. G, for those insightful lessons. And thank you to Dominion and Miracle for joining us today. We really hope you had fun. Did you enjoy the episode? You enjoyed the stories?
Yes.
And you learned a lot?
Yes.
That's good to know. Thank you. So to all our children out there in Africa watching, we hope you enjoyed the story and learned a lot. Follow ForgeCast Africa to learn more, to watch more folk tales about Africa, and have a happy Children's Day.